Hello and welcome to the Diamond Report for Thursday, July 13th, 2017. This is your host, Doug Diamond. It's currently 11:29 p.m. And let's look at some headlines. Bank of America says the most dangerous moment for markets will come in 3 or 4 months. That's on Zero Hedge. Visa begins bribing merchants to stop taking cash. That's on Zero Hedge as well. The mainstream media is re-electing Trump in 2020 by attacking him. That's from Prison Planet and Kit Daniels. And on shtfplan.com, why the UN Human Rights Council is silent as Venezuelans die, oppressed under socialism. Sweden cracks down on illegal immigrants after failed asylum seeker kills 5 people. South Korea conducts massive live fire drill as Seoul fears invasion by Kim Jong-un's army. That's on the Express. And breaking, massive earthquake strikes in the Ring of Fire just off the Papua New Guinea coast. That's also on the Express. I mentioned that in the Diamond Report from earlier today. And if you want to take a look at it, it is right here. There it is. The Earthquake 3D software that I'm using is calling this a magnitude 6.4 for the most part. You'll see multiple numbers here on this largest circle, and that's because you have multiple earthquake agencies reporting the same quake. But it's basically a 6.4. That's what it looks like. And an important article from Natural News, 10 ways to prep when you're completely broke. For Breitbart, a cap of 50,000 refugees reached, only those with bona fide family relationships to be allowed in. Yeah, right. If they're saying the cap of 50,000 refugees were reached, you can double that number. That means at least 100,000. You might be able to triple it. General rule of thumb there. Leaked documents show Democrats plotted to blame Russia for hacking. That's on the Gateway Pundit. And another good Natural News article, medical bombshell, chemotherapy found to spread cancer. Gee, imagine that. From Freedom Outpost, sedition, U.S. intelligence community prepping for a soft coup. I think that's already going on. EMP or CME imminent, question mark. Government and FEMA prep for the big one. Drills, executive orders. Are you prepared? That's by Lisa Haven on lisahaven.news. Mark Zuckerberg finally figured out why Trump won. Hint, it wasn't Russia. That's on Zero Hedge. And from Dave Hodges, the Russians and Chinese have massive assets in the U.S. and are awaiting orders. Dave has done multiple stories about that very issue. If that is something of interest to you, definitely go to thecommonsenseshow.com and look around there. Like I said, he's been writing articles about the Russians being in the U.S. and the Chinese being in the U.S. for a long time now. Kid Rock is running for Senate, and maybe you should run for public office too. That's by Michael Snyder of the Economic Collapse blog. What is Kid Rock's real name? I mean, what's he gonna campaign under? Well, I answered my own question. I pulled up the article, and his real name is Robert Ritchie. Of course, he's running as a Republican. I'm not real sure if he's actually a conservative or if he's more of a libertarian. I tend to lean that direction, that he's probably more libertarian. But I was hoping he would run under Rock for Senate. That would have been pretty cool. Maybe he will, I don't know. But I figured he'd probably have to lose his moniker, just like so many others that are in the entertainment business and then go into politics for whatever reason. Anyway, Kid Rock is a very well-known musician, as you all know. I'm in the music business, and I've never really listened to Kid Rock very much. I'm vaguely familiar with him. I'm not a big fan, but you know, if he becomes a politician and starts actually making a difference as far as trying to defeat the New World Order, which I know he's aware of, I think that would be a good thing. I might even start listening to his music. Erdogan could face arrest in Sweden after officially being accused of genocide. Tucker Carlson mocks CNN treason hysteria, quote, send Trump kid to the electric chair. Dems keep claiming Trump Jr. is a Russian spy. Well, they got nothing better to do. They got nothing better to say. They're just making it up as they go along, literally. Sebastian Gorka to Anderson Cooper, he says, sad to see CNN fall to this. The president is a steam locomotive that will not stop. It's just fake news. That's on the Daily Caller. focus on the Alabama special election. Who will replace Senator Sessions? FEC inquisition. Who is Ellen Weintraub working for? The FEC commissioner goes after alternative media. That's a John Bound report. And of course, they're talking about going after InfoWars, Breitbart, and Matt Drudge, primarily because they don't want the truth getting out. Insane Democrats announce Hillary to lead the party in 2018 elections. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. Well, that's what's going on. Amazing images. NASA's Juno spacecraft spots Jupiter's Great Red Spot. Juno's next close flyby of Jupiter will occur on September 1st. That's on nasa.gov. NASA, I think, is full of a lot of propaganda. There's a little bit you can believe, but not much. Exclusive. Roger Stone responds to Obama's lawsuit against him and President Trump. Unfounded attack against Stone and POTUS represents yet another desperate attempt to dismiss Trump's election win. And a story here from David Knight. CNN hires ISIS for Syrian documentary. It turns out that the CNN is ISIS meme was dead on. Brazil's lessons for U.S. on election fraud and corruption. Americans could learn a lesson by examining the collapsing country of Brazil. Donald Trump is the ultimate Washington outsider. Proof Trump is an anti-globalist free from New World Order influence. I'm sorry, but I don't buy that one. Sorry, Alex. Well, this headline gets a big "you think?" Intelligence report warns of growing missile threats. Talk about stating the obvious. China, Russia, Iran, North Korea building up missile forces to threaten U.S. homeland and allies. Well, it sounds like war for me, or at least I guess we certainly need to go to war because all these people have missiles now. I guess we better go blow them up and invade their countries and hit them with weather warfare and earthquake weapons. I mean, why not? We are the most powerful military-industrial complex in the whole world, are we not? We better take them out. President Trump's budget would reduce deficit by $160 billion and increase GDP growth. That's on the Free Beacon. I think that's all on paper. I doubt that any of that is actually true. Health insurers in Montana request premium rate hikes as high as 23%. Democrats and McCain caught doing what they accused Donald Trump Jr. of doing. Hypocrite politicians point fingers at Trump Jr. while they do the same thing. Well, what's new there? Government talks antitrust action on Amazon. Stock analysts shorting Amazon based on news. That's on MarketWatch. I doubt that's going to happen. Amazon's too powerful. Winning House Committee approves funding for border wall. House Appropriations Committee approves $1.6 billion for, quote, physical barrier construction. Delusional Nancy Pelosi believes she is the voice to deliver Democrats to victory. Democrats allow the worst politicians to lead them. Yeah, but you can't really say much more or much better things about the GOP. Not really. Muslims react to gay Muslim marriage. Religion of Peace shows its tolerance, or not. Speaking of Muslims and Islam, make sure you tune in this Sunday to Lost Arts Radio. We'll be interviewing Dr. Bill Warner again. He's a frequent guest on our show. And Richard and Dr. Bill will be talking all things Islam and an idea that Richard had about a Islam Declaration of Independence. It's pretty interesting. So make sure you tune in for that. LostArtsRadio.com. The show's on Sunday night at 9 p.m. And you can find the listen link right on the homepage of the website, LostArtsRadio.com. French people receive President Trump with open arms. People from all over the world love what Trump stands for. Well, the French people might, but I doubt that Macron will. I think that little guy's becoming the Antichrist or something. He's weird. Mueller stretches out phony Russian collusion delusion as long as he can. When will the truth finally be revealed? George Soros has infiltrated U.S. embassies across Eastern Europe. The master of division is working to ruin America's influence overseas. New Adidas promo censors Cleveland Indians' name. Commercial suggests the baseball team should change their offensive title. I think if you go ask any Native American Indians, they're not actually offended that there's a Cleveland Indians team. And if you're going to do that, you also have to take away the Atlanta Braves, the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, obviously you don't want to offend Cowboys. Unless they're white Cowboys, then it would be okay. And you cannot have a New York Giants team because you do not want to offend Giants. Bigala says we should debate whether to blow up Russian agencies in retaliation. We were and are under attack by a hostile foreign power. What is with these people? Trump marks 1 year since Bastille Day massacre and pledges to fight Islamic terrorism. That's on Breitbart. Trump and Macron pledged to work together in the fight against terrorism. I don't believe that for 1 second. Macron is all for more terrorism because it allows them to crack down and allows the globalists more power. They're using Islam in order to put forth their agenda, meaning the globalist agenda. They're using it as a vehicle. And you can't say Islamic terrorism anyway because that's politically incorrect. The AP won't report it. They've now banned both words. Engineers to simulate a 6.7 earthquake at UC San Diego. Well, there was just a 6.7, I guess, near 6.7 earthquake in Papua New Guinea / Solomon Islands. Why don't they just go there and check it out? Bob Barr says criminal charges are needed against Obama administration, including Comey. Yes, they are. Bob Barr is once again correct. Trump administration readies new sanctions on Chinese firms linked to North Korea. And Watch Live, President Trump commits to fighting child sex trafficking. The POTUS vows to tackle child exploitation rings across the globe. I do think that's one of the best things Trump is actually doing. He's good on that, and he's good on wearing out the fake stream media. Those two things I think he's doing really well at. Everything else, not so much. I mean, I say that, not so much, but he's still way better than having Hillary in there, that's for darn sure. Well, I guess we'll skip doing the earthquake update tonight. I mean, I was told earlier today that my earthquake updates were boring and people don't like to sit through it, even though it was really just one person that said that. No, I mean, I looked at it. There's not really that much new information here since the Diamond Report that I recorded earlier this morning covering yesterday's information. So, anyway, we'll get back to another earthquake update tomorrow, and I will see you then.